Today, Glen and Kerry had the privilege of stepping into the future of British manufacturing. Just minutes from GCAHQ in Telford, we were warmly welcomed by Adrian Haller, Managing Director of Bruderer UK, to explore their brand new state-of-the-art premises. As proud advocates of UK industry, Bruderer UK continues to lead the way in precision engineering and innovation. Come with us for an exclusive look at cutting-edge manufacturing, right here in the heart of the West Midlands.
How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good. So today I'm with Adrian Haller, Managing Director at Bruderer UK Limited. So this is a great facility that you've got here. I mean, and thanks for the tour today.
No problem.
It's a little bit odd because we're a recruiter, we're a specialist at what we do, but it's nice to actually come and see sort of manufacturing and your sort of pros, because I think one of the things that we're really passionate about right now is trying to kind of educate people and help bring new talent into the industry.
Yeah.
And kind of sort of get rid of the old myths and the old fashioned sort of views that engineering is dirty and grimy. I mean, looking at this facility today, it's anything but that, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, we're in medical, so it has to be clean. Everything that we do around any kind of engineering industry now has to be a clean. Food, medical, and all those type of things need to have the best quality of components and also the cleanest components.
Just give us, for people watching this, I mean, it's been amazing for us today because we've seen some of the products in your reception that are produced on these, fantastic machines that you've got. Just give us an example of some of the things that, are produced on a Bruderer.
So we do things with money. Blanks are made on a Bruderer. Connectors for anything to do with cars, automotive.
Yeah.
Construction, edge beading, metal trays. You'll see this all around the company where these type of components are made on Bruderer. Food is, them things you can't get off your ketchup bottles and all made on Bruderer. Espresso, all that kind of things are made on Bruderer. Yeah. So basically anything you think that could be metal stamped formed, and we have a saying here at Bruderer, anything that you come into contact with, anybody in the world comes into contact with something that's been breathed on by a Bruderer at some point in the manufacturing process. And
like we said, a very sort of clean cut facility you've got here. In terms of that, in my opinion, you can eat your dinner off the floor.
Yeah.
And a fantastic showroom. So, what's the philosophy? What's the thought behind that?
So the thought behind Bruderer and Bruderer UK for the UK manufacturing sector is basically anything that needs to be manufactured, they need to have a place to come. So one-stop shop. So we can sell from anything from a punch right the way through to a press tool, to a full turnkey solution line like you've just seen running. So our customers, whoever they may be, say, I want to make this, and we can take it right from that component through to drawing, through to press tooling, to a full turn, fully functioning manufacturing line. Yeah. So we can do any part of that.
And the interesting thing is, as we've been walking around, the diversity. You've got a brand new machine here. Yet you've got something that's sort of 30 years old over there that's still working as if it was in tip-top condition.
Yeah, and predominantly that is it. Everybody has wants and needs, and everybody within the stamping industry would really want a Bruderer. Yeah. But sometimes Bruderers are out of the grasp, if you like. So the next best thing is a pre-owned Bruderer. And what we do here is we take Bruderers and we bring them back up to full specification so they have a new life, at a reasonable price that the customer can come in, produce the components, build the business, and then maybe one day afford the latest technology.
Just tell us a little bit about, obviously from a recruiter's perspective, sort of the questions in my head are all about, the resource and the skills and the type of careers and the type of opportunities, that would be available, sort of working in this facility, but also associated, with, sort of the overhaul and repair and, sort of installation of your machines.
Yeah. So from our point of view, what we really need is electromechanical engineers, because as you can see on this machine here, you've got computers, you've got mechanics, you've got everything that's around that kind of bias, mechanical electronics. So when anybody comes into this industry, people look at things such as fancy cars, fancy aeroplanes, helicopters, whatever. But what actually goes into that, what makes it work? Today we're all talking about AI. AI is the key point to everybody's communication. But where does that come from? How do you get to that? The only way you get to that is through manufacturing things, making things.
Yeah.
These machines go into that kind of industries, which then enables us to use AI.
Yeah.
So anybody that's looking to come into an engineering, electromechanical background, that is the foresight that they've got to be thinking about.
Yeah.
And it's clean, as you've already made it out.
And it's been interesting because we talked about, some of the investment that you make in, your training. You take, sort of apprentices, you take, younger people, you take more experienced people, and they get the sort of full Bruderer treatment, don't they? When they join you.
Absolutely. I mean, it's key. We need to invest in our future, and we also need to invest in our current staff. We do that by onward training all the time, the latest technology. So not only just cementing in one area. If one engineer is biased in, say, mechanical engineering, we'll send him on electronics courses, electrical courses, and vice versa. But it's also the needs, health. We train them in that, first aid ability. We train them in forklifts, cranes, anything that will help them, not only for Bruderer, but also for their future careers going forward. If you don't invest within your staff, then you're on a non-starter.
So finding the sort of balance and the mix of, sort of fresh blood coming in and, experienced, sort of individuals. Just tell us a little bit about maybe some of the industries or some of the qualities that you look for in your electromechanical engineers, just to give people out there an idea of the type of disciplines that, really important to you.
So what we look for in those people is basically the want. The appetite to want to work, the appetite to want to find out more, and if they haven't got it, to ask. I could do with training in this, and not be frightened to ask questions. Their own, a knowledge about what they're doing outside of work is important to us, because if they're outside of work, is say interested in cars, motorbikes, that kind of technology, that they'll be interested in this technology. So that kind of thing really does matter when you're actually interviewing a person about a job. What they do in their own social networks is a big important prospect. For apprentices, you've got to see the light on. When they come to you, and they're interested, how does this work, what does that do, and can this do this, that and the other, and whereabouts is this fitted in the greater world. Once you get that kind of spark off an individual, that's when you think they've got it. And that's attitude. And attitude is, I have to say, key number one.
So apprentices, if they've got the will, the want, the attitude, and the basic skills in electromechanical engineering, then Bruderer is the place where you can sort of develop a great career. I mean, I noticed that, we've worked with you on a number of occasions, and you've got quite a long-standing workforce at Bruderer here, haven't you, in the UK?
Yeah, I mean, you say the oldest guy, but the guy that's been with us for the longest period is 36 years, and there's many of them are around 30 years time serve. We want more people in at the bottom end, so that they can learn off the senior guys, and then obviously we're looking for the future of this company. We've just built this factory based on the fact there's a future for manufacturing, and that's what we're here for, UK manufacturing.
With regards to sort of more experienced, type of skills and experience, I mean, for example, if you'd be interested in individuals that have been working on, sort of tool machines within a sort of engineering industrial environment that have got transferable skills?
Transferable skills is almost definitely a key positive attitude for us, and we look out for that. And again, it's when on an interview process, I talk to them about their interests, because this is not a job where you can finish at 5 o'clock and forget about it and say tomorrow's another day. You need to have your eyes and your ears and your consciousness about the job in hand. And so therefore, if they're working in it, not only in their day job, but also tinkering with a car or a motorbike, or even IT, it's a good key KPI for us to say that they've got it.
Yeah, and sort of you invest in taking people to the factory in Switzerland too? Yeah,
so every year we do at least 2 training programs. We do it at the start, first quarter of the year, end quarter of the year. That may be done in-house, which it was this year. We had people from all the way around the world come to the UK, to see the new premises, but it's the first time we've been able to do in-house training in a proper manner, so to speak. And then obviously going out to Switzerland to see our factory in Switzerland and see how these machines are actually made from the ground upwards gives the engineers and even sales guys the in-depth knowledge they need to be able to sell these machines properly on a know-how basis. Without knowing what the capability of these machines can do and the tooling within these machines, it's almost impossible to market.
So the sort of support that you're giving your girls and guys that, you know, sort of work on these machines, you know, if I was to sort of liken it to, you know, a consultant in a hospital, your guys and girls are the Bruderer consultants effectively.
Absolutely. I take pride that everybody that is within this company have got an engineering qualification. You know, on the top of the tree we've got 4 people which are toolmakers, but all my engineers that are here are all fully qualified, fully trained in Switzerland to the kind of specifications which are aligned with our machines. That's most important, because, you know, you can have the best machine in the world, but if you don't know how to use it or repair it, how can you have a business?
Absolutely. And just sort of finish out, tell us a little bit about yourself, because I know you're a hands-on guy. You love all this stuff, don't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so my background is, I started out leaving school. I then became a toolmaker at a company in the Midlands, and I grew it from there. You know, I did 6-year indentured apprenticeship, worked my way through that company, and then I did my HNC in electromechanical engineering, and then worked my way through to sales, and then from sales to the dizzy heights of managing director.
So you know, you're a live example of what can happen with somebody's career started as a toolmaker and apprentice years ago, and now 20 odd years later, you know, top of the tree, UK managing director. Yeah,
and there's no point of when I first started did I ever think I'd get to this level.
Yeah.
Proud of being there, but the backing behind it is you need to walk before you can run.
Absolutely.
If you think that you're going to get to these positions just by your qualifications alone, it don't work like that.
Yeah.
You need to work your way up, listen to people, take advice off your elders because they've been there, they know what they're doing, and then you grow from there. And then hopefully, and you need a bit of luck, you've got to have a bit of luck.
Yeah.
You just talk to the right people, you get involved with such a fabulous company like Bruderer, and then they take you under the wing, and then you grow to where you are today.
Absolutely. So, as a sort of clash as a gadget guy, what's the in thing for you at the minute? What are you playing with right now?
Well, I'm into model helicopters, radio control helicopters, and stuff like that. But as you know, I'm always messing around motorbikes and cars and what have you. Anything that's got an engine in or makes noise, I'm probably involved in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And even now, I enjoy. Again, something I couldn't do before is I enjoy coming down onto the machines and working the machines myself, having a bit of a play with the mechanics. That's what, you know, develops, and it also helps with the mind, because sometimes being in these job positions, you know, you haven't got the answers all the time, and maybe a bit of time out working on a machine, setting a press, it then gives you the ideas, oh, that's what I'll do. And again, it's knowing that and pacing yourself to be able to manage difficult situations, you know.
How do the guys feel when they see the MD come down with his sleeves rolled up?
What's he doing? No, I mean, they enjoy it, and you know, I enjoy being with the guys. Again, you know, where we was before, it wasn't possible, you know, I was too far away from the company. Here, you know, there's problems all the time, and you can come and talk to the guys and think the problems out, and you know, they appreciate the fact that the boss is coming down from his ivory tower and he's actually on the shop floor, you know, and that again is something that you work with your guys. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I mean, from our point of view, from Glen, I just want to say great big thanks for having us today. We've really enjoyed our visit, and I've brought both Kerry and Karen with me today, and I think it's opened their eyes too. I mean, I've seen some of this before, but they've never seen it before, and it's good to watch their reactions. So, you know, hope you have every success here, and thanks very much for your time today.
No, thank you guys for the time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.